What's up? Thanks for joining us today. I'm joined by UFC Featherweight Vince Morales. Thanks for coming on. When I was researching you, I didn't know that you were cousins with Ricky Simone. That's pretty cool. So if you guys were to get in the cage, who would win the Simone slash Morales family belt?
It's funny. I think I get asked that more often than I would be expecting, actually. That's a good question. My ego won't let me say he beat me, but Ricky's a tank, man. I think when we're talking about Ricky, I think we're talking about like a future champion. So I'd have to have a pretty good night.
Yeah, you guys are both beasts. Would you guys like when you were kids, would you both fight a lot, just like wrestling around? Like how did it evolve to where you both started training? Like was an aunt or an uncle like, all right, these two just have to get in the gym, they won't stop fighting, or did it kind of come about later in life?
You know what's real funny? Growing up, Ricky and my little brother were really close, and I was really close to Ricky's older brother. We were kind of grouped that way with our ages, and like both our little brothers were always getting us in trouble, just always getting us in trouble. And then Ricky was a little savage back then, and we really couldn't handle him the way we wanted to. We tried, so I beat him with some smarts, but um, no, we kind of tussle around, rough house, a couple mud fights at the park, throwing mud at each other and stuff like that. And then let's see, how old was I think I was 23, or I was just barely getting into MMA and I had a couple amateur fights, and then had found out that he was fighting, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't know you were fighting, and he's like, I didn't know you were fighting, and then we went and trained a couple times together, and it was kind of just a weird coincidence that we both ended up fighting. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like I think we both wrestled in high school, and I think his brothers wrestled in high school. My brother wrestled in high school as well, but nobody did anything with it after the fact. I think wrestling became just part of who we are and everything, and yeah, I just needed to keep competing, which led me to MMA, and he's kind of the same way.
Yeah, that's crazy. You didn't know each other was fighting. Like, what if you got booked against each other? You're similar in weights. Like, oh
Oh,
shit.
wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we actually are in the same weight class. The last fight being featherweight, I just made a quick return just because it was a 10-day notice fight.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, featherweight works for me. Oh yeah, let's go. I used to fight there before, and then those guys just get too big at featherweight. So yeah, I got to hang down at bantamweight with the other half size men.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of your background, I think your story of how you got to the UFC is fascinating. You lost in the Contender Series. At that point, were you like, the dream is done? Like, how'd you finally get back to the UFC?
So losing in the contender series was kind of eye opening for me. I had really, of course, I wanted to win the fight. I'm always really wanting a big fight. I kind of felt like that was my chance. Losing, it is what it is. Really, just like any other loss in anything. Just picked myself up after a week of moping around, got back into the gym, and had to get another fight. And then I had a fight in Bellator a few months later. Just I told my manager, I was like, I got to get back in there. I got to keep fighting. I'm not like that's just how I deal with things. I kind of doubled down. Really, I tried a little harder. I trained a little more. I did a little more of the things that I should have been doing. And then got a call for another short notice against Song over in China from the UFC, thankfully. And I'm looking to call that home for the rest of my career. So.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah. And it's something I'm needing to ask. I'm curious in your thoughts is recently, I think just this week, Venom's taking over Reebok as the official like apparel sponsor. Do you care? Does it matter? Or like, what are your thoughts on that?
We actually got the email this morning. I kind of thought it was an April Fool's thing. That was my first thing because my guard was up. So now I gotta I'm trying to be on my toes. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I was a fan of Reebok. I like all the Reebok gear that they had for us. They paid us a slight little bonus after the fact, after the fights and everything. There was a slight increase with Venom, so that's always good. I mean, as fighters, we have a hard enough time going from one fight to another. So whatever helps us in that sense. I'm looking forward to it. I got a couple of Venom gloves that I really like. Not real sure how their shirts are and everything. So I'm looking forward to finding out. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I don't think they've released any. Like, I remember when Reebok first signed, they had like the huge event, like all the big fighters came displayed. You haven't really heard much from
Yeah,
Reebok.
the Power Ranger looking outfits and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah. You haven't heard much from Reebok, but I guess I don't know. This weekend, I guess we'll see it the fights. But
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully something good.
Um. So it's something more random, I guess. A few days ago, you tweeted hot Cheetos. That is all. Do you care to elaborate? Like, I like hot Cheetos, but I guess.
That's kind of like it's an inside joke for like pretty much anybody that knows me. They know I like that's my guilty pleasure snack. I eat a lot of hot Cheetos. A lot of times I have little gift baskets for me after a fight. There's always hot Cheetos in it. I get hot Cheetos as Christmas presents and birthday presents. Like if I got family that I haven't seen in a little bit, they know they're just bringing me hot Cheetos. It's kind of a running joke, and I just had a craving for them the other day.
Like the hot Cheeto guy, we should get you a sponsor. Fucking be
Oh man, I've been trying. I've been reaching out to him. I even reached out to the hot Cheeto rep, the guy who invented them on Instagram. I'm like, hey, just so you know, like,
yeah,
your boy likes them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you should get on that. But I mean, it's Twitter. It's April Fool's Day. How many times have you been tricked by the MMA world on Twitter today?
So far just one, and I caught it right away. Well, I didn't catch it right away. I didn't catch it until I got to the PI for my physical therapy, and I told him, "Oh yeah, did you guys see Holloway and Zabit got booked?" And they're, "Oh no way!" And I was like, "Yeah, over in Hawaii. It was from a pretty reputable source too." And I was like, "Let me go check." And then as I was scrolling looking for it, I saw other people mentioning April Fools. I didn't even go find it. I already knew. I was like, "Oh man, they got me. God dang it."
Yeah, I saw that. It's the worst day to be on social media if you're an MMA fan. I woke up this morning and the first thing I saw when I got on social media was DC versus Francis Ngannou. I was like, what? And then
yeah, I saw another one. They're saying McGregor and Diego Sanchez. I'm like, bro. And they had a legit poster worked up for it too as a joke. I'm like, man, you guys are good.
That's the thing. It's not just like Twitter eggs. Like they do the photoshops and everything. Like it's so believable. The word.
Yeah, it's real. What the hell?
Yeah. So when you're not fighting, what do you do? Do you watch shows? Are you into sports? What's your hobbies of choice?
A hobby of choice, I'd say, probably goes to video games. I play, well, mostly just Warzone lately. Pretty much, I like first-person shooters. Anything that's got like a lot going on that I don't focus on, like a few different things. I got a kind of a low attention span, so I got to get right into some action. So playing video games. My girlfriend who trains as well, we binge watch TV shows in our free time, and then other free time as far as work and training related. I go gym, so I get all my workouts out of the way in the morning, and then from there I head over to Kilo Club, which is this club here in Vegas, and train other people who are just looking to figure out fighting and train a little bit. So I have pretty busy weekdays, kind of all day I train, and then I go train people, and then I come home and just try to unwind.
Nice. What's the latest binge watch choice?
What have we been? We're Impractical Jokers.
I love that show. It's the
best. Yeah, I'm all about it. Yeah, I just got HBO Max. I saw that King Kong Godzilla was coming out.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat's coming out like next week, I think. And then they have Impractical Jokers. So yeah, we've been binging that for the last week and a half.
Yeah, Impractical Jokers is such an easy show to binge because you could go to True TV at literally any time of the day and they're just running that show nonstop.
Always on, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm in college and there's the comedy club right in our downtown and they were there a few weeks ago. I got to see them. It was awesome. They're really funny.
No way. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend checking them out. They're funny guys. But I guess the last question is we got to ask, what's next for you? Are you getting back in the cage soon? We'd love to see you.
Yeah, that's the plan. So shortly after the last fight in May, I tore my Achilles shadow boxing. Nonetheless, I was just warming up and Achilles tore. It was a full tear, and I'm literally just coming back to training as of like a month and a half ago. I'm not back to full training yet, but I should be back to full training and sparring and everything within the next 3 weeks. And then I'm looking to fight again this summer. I already hit up my manager and said that that's the kind of timeline that I'm working with. I just want to get back in the swing of things, I want to train the right things, and then take a fight, hopefully a couple months out, and then I'll be good to go for August. So that's my plan for return.
Nice. I know I said that was the last question, but you said something. This is the real last question. I always wonder this as well. You say you're looking to get back in the summer. There's talks of the McGregor-Poirier trilogy card. That's obviously going to be a huge card also in the summer. As a fighter, do you say, I want to get on a big card like that, because way more eyeballs are going to be on it, or does it not really matter? Is that not something that occurs to you?
I would love to, just because, but the greedy part of me, I would love to. for me personally, like it doesn't matter what card it is. 4 August is that logically fits my timeline, so I'm trying to take out of my emotion out of it because I've been known to just kind of jump on short notice fights, and I want to do my due diligence and do things right, be a real professional, have a full camp. So I would love to. I'm just trying not to be a greedy savage and jump the gun that early.
Yeah, that makes sense. Listen, you get on the McGregor Poirier card, a lot of eyeballs, highlight finish in the interview, and then you're saying, "Give me the hot Cheetos sponsorship." I think that's blowing up.
In the game, right? I'm planning. Next fight, that's one thing I want to walk out of there. Oh, I wish I could get a bag of Cheetos in the cage with me, and then walk out with them, and then I'd be set.
You should remember Marshawn Lynch on the Seahawks. He's eating the Skittles on the sidelines. You just between rounds, just.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. And Hot Cheetos, sponsor Vince Morales.
Oh, let's go. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Bye.
Take it easy.